live to you with Andrea doing her workout. She's waving. Everyone wave to Andrea. Hello, everyone. Hello, my loves. It is time to connect. It is time to connect. It is time for our hearts to get together on this live and master, absolutely entirely master the energy of Mondays. Okay? Your relationship with time decides absolutely and entirely if you are in the loop of not enough of time, not enough of energy, not enough of money. Time, money, energy is one and the same thing. And your relationship with Mondays, there she is, Andrea again. And your relationship with the time and the numbers on the screen decides absolutely and entirely, whether you're aware of it or not, how much money you are making in your spiritual business, sharing with the world your medicine, your genius, your divinity, your amazingness. And if it's feeling light, easy, flowy, and so blissful and gorgeous in your own skin, or it feels heavy, or it feels draining, or it feels like, why am I getting the worst clients ever? How come everyone else is working with amazing humans and I'm the one who's getting people who don't want to do the work, right? So with all of that starts with the frequency that you have when you're getting up at the morning. And I wanted to chat here with you about it. I also wanted to ask every single one of you, how are you dealing, managing, going live on Facebook, knowing this thing is gonna go kaput in 30 days and it will be gone and vanished? How are you doing it? Are you going live? Are you no longer going live? Are you download every video and then you post it again? How do you do it? Please, 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 pretty please let me know. I want to see the ideas. I want to see how you're dealing with it. And of course, I'm going to ask in my mastermind that I'm a client of, Big Giant Mastermind with nearly 200 absolutely extraordinary women. Yeah, maybe I should have got the rest there first. We're starting with a Lemurian crystal, the shadow one. We are using also the one, they're all from Mount Shasta. This one is an opal, natural opal from Mount Shasta. And this is just a beauty and divinity that we're going to use to amplify the intention for this life. My intention for this life is for you to reconnect. Oh my God, that feels so good. To reconnect with your soul's mission, that it is so strongly hooked and connected with all of your feelings, all of your dreams, all of your desires, all of your needs being fulfilled. And fully knowing in every I need to change camera because Andrea is over there doing. Hi, hello, let me know who is watching this live. Let's see if the comments are popping. So you were like on the edge of my life with that leg sticking out. Shoo! And of course, everyone can hear you, my love. No, I'm just kidding. Isn't she amazing? That's my love. I love how she's taking care of herself. Okay, my loves. So my intention, and we also have incense. We also have very powerful, beautiful, I believe it's a jasmine incense. And we are here in California with a beautiful view. So my intention for this video for you is to reconnect your soul mission business, your methodology, your healing, your craft, your genius with the ownership that you didn't meant to do it on the side. The ownership, it didn't meant to bring you just scraps. The ownership that it meant to bring the spark out of you. No filter. Spark, aliveness. I woke up at 5. I programmed myself last night. I'm waking up at 5 and it's going to be easy. And that's exactly what happened. 4 minutes before 7 a.m., I was feeling so freakishly accomplished that I thought I'm going to burst out of this 3D reality and go and fly with all of the other beings of light up there in the ether. It didn't happen. I'm still here. Pinch me, please. Right? And that's amazing. So I can share this message with you. Did it happen because I done like crazy person since 5 a.m. till 4 minutes to 7? No, because it isn't about doing. I've not done majority of the stuff that I meant to do as a CEO of my business, as an owner, creator, and leader of my movement. I've done barely anything, but I felt so extraordinarily accomplished because I knew that everything is gonna get done, because I mastered my frequency, because I mastered years before my relationship to Monday. So when I was going to 9 to 5 that I was in, and I no longer wanted to be in, like every other person around me, I was so sick and tired of listening how people hate Mondays, how they don't want to do it. The word hate was so heavily used and abused. And yet, I don't know even if 1% of them done anything about it. And that's what bothered me. Why? Because all my life I was brought up in a victimhood frequency. And 10.5 years ago, because I didn't know how to deal with that low frequency, that it isn't supporting life, but supports the death and dying before your time, I reached my personal rock bottom, and then I learned because I changed my ways. I changed how I think, I changed how I feel, I changed how I speak, I changed how I look, I changed how I smell, I changed what I put into my body, substance, frequency, information, entirely. Nothing that it wasn't in alignment with my purity. And I'm not speaking, I'm an angel, I'm a pure white, all of that. No, I'm talking about drugs, alcohol, all of that stuff. Hanging out with people who are not in their soul purpose. Hanging around with people who are not actively healing their emotions. Why? Is there something wrong with other people don't heal their emotions? Absolutely not. But I was so raw. I was so hurting. I was so open. The pain was open and in active healing, that me, while I'm healing and receiving on a daily basis help, support, and guidance, and being around people openly as friends, pals who don't heal, was not in alignment. That I learned to be around people that are not healing and be absolutely okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah. If you're healing, people saying, oh my goodness, I just saw this on TikTok a few days ago, and I just did. I don't want to be judgmental, and I don't believe it is, but it states where I am at. It states my opinion. When you learn to hold on to your opinion, especially when it's so opposite to someone else, you learn you don't need to judge them. You don't need to shame them. You need to prove yourself right. But it is your job to hold on to the thing that helped you heal. So the lady says on TikTok, the more I'm healing, the more impossible it is around other people who don't. Are you kidding me? Ma'am? No. The more judgmental, shameful, and non-compassionate you are towards other people, wherever they are, whichever stage of their journey, and the more you are operating from shame. Shame is shoulds and shouldn't. Every single thing. They should be healing. They should be in healing. They should be different than they are. It's all based on shame, which tells me you are operating from a frequency 10 to 20 on a scale of consciousness, where love and light, compassion and enlightenment is 500 and higher, and a frequency of authenticity, your own origin soul's expression, without the filters. I hope that they like me. I hope that they buy. I hope that flies. I hope no one can hear that I feel so unworthy, right? The authenticity, you owning your divine particle, being in this 3D body that came here to create extraordinary, different reality than what you were conditioned to. Okay, you were conditioned into fear, unworthiness. Andrea, if you want to be on this live, just come. Andrea, come on. If you want to be on this live, hello, just come. I'm gonna tease her later that she's attention seeker. That's my kind of joking. She knows it. Okay, so that lady just don't understand yet that her healing is about being loving, compassionate, and tolerant towards other people who are not. And then she's nowhere near healing if she believes that anyone else should be any other way than they are. And we've had a massive mastermind conversation with Andrea yesterday, where two of us looked so deeply into our own shadow, right? If you cannot speak in your own home about the shadows and bringing them to the surface on a daily basis, like I don't know, for me, that's for me. Scorpio moon, Scorpio sun, Leo rising, shadow, depth. Let's bring that into the surface on a daily basis. Andrea, that's not maybe in her nature, but because I'm so out loud expressing all of it, she's just doesn't mind at all and helps her also when she feels like it, dive into her own stuff, not that she has to. So when your relationship with time, when your relationship with how are you starting your day is changing into an absolute win, not because someone bought when you wake up and you see Stripe notification. Independently. If you send maybe 15 links to the same woman who just asks you for a price and a link, but then she ghosts you, right? Independently, if you woke up and you wanted to get out of bed or no, you've just talk yourself into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off, right? Mel Robbins. Independently, if you feel like it or not. Independently, if your soul mission business is doing absolutely amazingly. Independently, if you truly feel that you're owning how genius you are at your craft. When you can be in a win frequency on a daily basis because you decide to go above and beyond your old self blueprint. What is your old self blueprint? It is the version of you were conditioned to be through the things that happened to you. It is being a victim of your past, present, perhaps even future, because you believe that there is a cause different than just your own one, right? Neville Goddard, Eckhart Tolle, oh my goodness, Emmett Fox, everyone is teaching one and the same thing. Your not I am Eliza, limited, born in Poland, in communism. No, the I am, the Christ consciousness within me, the particle within me responsible for creating reality, the God particle within me materialized in this body in the moment of transformative realization, which cannot happen if I am in fear, which cannot happen if I am looking into the future. Oh my God, when are they gonna come and buy? When is it gonna happen? Because I need to pay my bills, right? Or in the past, holy shit, they hurt me. Holy shit, they really caused me pain. Holy shit, they nearly destroyed me, right? So it is again looking into that particle I am in this now present moment and understanding it is you are this particle of you when you are in this presence, in this realization of the divinity within you, your oneness with God. It is one and only cause that creates your whole reality. And that's in the books all over everywhere. Also, it is in the Bible, right? And you can just go and study that stuff yourself. I read it, for example, yesterday, Emmett Fox, The Power of Constructive Thinking. I believe that's the title of the book. It's a green one, green, gold, and white. Emmett Fox have few. There is a Lord's Prayer inside. There is also a Sermon on the Mount. That's a different book. The same thing is Neville Goddard talks about it all the time. And that's what I also used to create this dream reality 4.5 years ago, over 4.5 years ago. This is the same stuff that I read 5 and 6 years ago. And maybe I didn't understood as much as I understand right now. Nevertheless, it impacted my whole life. But it also impacted my relationship with everything and shifting away from blaming anyone and anything. Not even blaming, it's like believing that something impacts my world. Because when you, as a healer, breath worker, coach, business coach, mentor, teacher, facilitator, when you believe that the success of your spiritual business depends on something outside of you, depends on you people pleasing your audience or you doing a performance and it doesn't feel like it, but when you do performance it sells, but then you're dealing with icky clients, right? When you believe that there is something outside of you that decides the success of your business, then you're believing in other causes than one. Then you're believing that there is a force outside of you that decides, fail, right? which is not true. And this is something deeper. This is metaphysics, and maybe we will go deeper on that in another life. Let me know in the comments if this is the chat you want to have with me live, actively, when we are together, heart to heart, face to face, soul to soul, or at least typing to over here, so we can actually connect and have that land deeper, right? My intention for you in this life is to connect your soul mission with a fully knowing and understanding that you don't glow up in your life, in your heart, in your business, because they both. You don't ooze out with your most excited energy that you just like, holy shit, like I'm so excited that I'm alive, that I get to speak to my soulmate humans, and that I get to teach them how to get sold out in their zone of genius, right? So excited about your containers. That glow up, that blow up, that all together, let me put these crystals there, that all together fulfillment. This is, by the way, for the hair, that all together fulfillment of you being so fulfilled in every aspect of your soul and this life, because there is no more block between your real, raw, open, vulnerable soul and this human experience. You alchemize into victoriousness. So you're no longer a victim of anything. You're now alchemized that into being victorious, right? Thank God that it happened. Thank God that that person abused me. Thank God that all of that happened, so I can wake up from the dream that I am a victim. And my happiness or safety, security depends on holding on to the person who is abusing me, right? That's my past. I'm talking about my past from, oh my goodness, 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago, right? And yet it is a reality that I'm not holding back, because I alchemized it into my power, into my profit, into my pleasure of being in my juice and bliss. So your glow up and blow up season is not dependent on, this is no Botox, nothing. This is me being high on life. This is me being so in love with myself and how I do it, what I do it, the way I do it, because I'm no longer following someone else's trend. I'm no longer following someone else's path. She's making millions. Bravo, awesome, amazing. What is my way? What can I learn from her that activates a next level of my genius versus let me be a copy of a copy? I've done that. It doesn't work for me. And if you're anything like me, so divinely unique, you're so divinely different than anyone else you grew up with, than anyone else you hang around with, you understand exactly what I'm saying. And if you're allowing your uniqueness to be turned into victimhood and hiding without fully exposing how genius you are, speaking only to your ideal soulmate humans, if you don't position yourself in your business, in the content, as the number one solution to that problem and the only one to buy from within 24 hours, then you will be struggling with A or B or both. A, making money in a way that feels so light, so passionate, so flowy, so blissful, and so normal and easy. Of course, I just made $950 before my breakfast on Saturday morning, Friday morning. Of course. Like, there is no brainer. This is who I am. I am a genius in my craft as an energetics ninja. I speak about it unapologetically to the level that makes my no ideal soulmate clients flip and trigger and get the heck out, because that is the point. And then what it's doing to my ideal soulmate client, the woman in her power, the woman in her genius, ready to receive it all here and now. He's like, holy cow, I want a slice of it. Of course, because I'm positioning myself as the only one to buy from within 24 hours. Of course, because I'm positioning myself with the solution to your problem. You are posting your amazing genius at your healing craft or your spiritual business. You have lots of likes on your posts, and the sales are not reflecting how genius you are. And I know exactly how to solve it. The truth is that I know within 3 minutes of looking on your social media, scanning your energies and scanning your business, what is exactly the issue? Number 1. How to shift it? Number 2. What is your zone of genius? Number 3. How do you need to speak to your ideal soulmate client and only your ideal soulmate client to activate her into buying and coming with you into your world forever within 24 hours? Okay. On the top of it, I'm going to teach you how to do it within the next 3 months. So you get to get sold out in your zone of genius before year 2025 is ending. Ta-da! Of course, I'm not hiding away that I went through a massive, extraordinary, life-changing shift. I'm not above you. Holy shit, are you kidding me? I'm sweating on a daily basis. I'm actually having short temper recently. I'm blowing up and I'm not proud of it. And I've hired one-on-one coach that is helping me with release the blocked emotions around it. That is helping me also to hold like, holy shit, how dare I? How dare I? How dare I? And simultaneously, I'm not going to be sitting here and pretending I'm better than anyone else because I'm not. Because I'm not. I'm human as you, walking this journey as you. But business-wise, frequency-wise, energetics of business-wise, I've done few steps up front of you. So making money feels easy, flowy, and aligned. Because I'm not selling my soul to the devil and making a performance here, squeezing out of myself a fake smile. And I'm also not pretending that 10.5 years ago, I reached my personal rock bottom. And what I've done for the 5 years before that is the shame and guilt that nearly killed me because I was out of alignment with my own values. With my own values. Not what someone else is seeing. I see people everywhere doing one-night stands, going on the app, swiping this and that, 2-3 hours later, driving to someone's home and coming back home 3 days later with the makeup still that they've put on Friday night. I did that stuff. And there is nothing wrong with it, but it was so out of alignment with my own worth and value that I was unable to look into the mirror. I also suffered for over 3 decades with suicidal depression. And I am the woman who healed it, reversed it, absolutely and entirely through energetics, through meditation, and through my own methodology. Zero drugs, zero anything that it isn't natural putting into the body, no ayahuasca trips, and none of that stuff. I've been meditating for over 3,700 days in a row. That's over 10 years, never missing a day of meditation. Does it make me saint? No, but it makes me extremely good at self-discipline, loving myself, and meditating super deep, super high on a daily basis. Why? Because there is no days off for me from being the future version of me, this new version of me. There is no more days left in my schedule for the rest of this life to go back and drink myself to death. I'm not telling you stop drinking alcohol. Do whatever you want. I'm sharing with you my story. So if you are in your soul mission business, are not making the money that pays you in abundance for being you, what that means. So let's say you are an energy healer and you help people heal their energy. You help them be without taking any pharmaceuticals, heal entirely from depression, bipolar, from any type of issue, from any type of sadness, from staying alone and locked in loneliness for the rest of their life, or you helping people find their love of their lives. How much is that worth? What is the price tag for meeting after 8.5 years my soul love? Like, what is the price tag? $500,000? $8 million? Like, how much is that worth to you? And you're charging yourself $100 an hour, and then you're doing 3 sessions a month, and then you have to go to 9 to 5 to pay your bills. That doesn't make sense. On the other hand, when you are in your spiritual business and you're doing amazingly money-wise, but you're working with women who disrespect you, you're working with women, you help them with their spiritual stuff or energetics or business or relationships, but they make you responsible for their healing, or they want you to be their secretary and check for them what is that time in their zone, in their time zone, and you're allowing that stuff to be. There's something that's got to change because you're making great money, but it doesn't feel light. What's going to happen if you want to have a baby? What's going to happen if that pregnancy is not going to be allowing you to keep on selling your time for money? Can you, with the knowledge and experience you have exposed yourself so far and gifted yourself the help, support, and guidance from another coach or mentor or group of them in mastermind, do you know how to deal with it? Because if you want to make money in a way that feels easy, light, blissful, with a spaciousness in your schedule, your calendar, and it feels loving, blissful to you, then we've got to change your relationship with time, your relationship with energy, and your relationship with money. Okay. The money one, the big one, you can send me private message cash back and I will send you extraordinary free training. I have done recently that knocked my socks off and everyone who was in it. There is a year one experience and there is a year two experience inside of it. And I believe altogether I think it is 10 hours of such an extraordinary energetic and frequency shift that you cannot look at money the same way you did before. You cannot, after going through that training, keep it going as regular and believe you don't have money and you're not a genius at your craft. You cannot. This takes you through a wholesome shift and experience, and at the moment is entirely free. And you know what? I'm like wondering why. What the fuck? Should I? Yeah, because this experience is worth minimum $5,000. Minimum. If you can create for you 50K a year, of course, right? So it's entirely up to you. If you want that training, send me a private message and I will get it to you right away so you can hop on it. I think I'm going to turn it off. We will see. Okay. My goodness, these things, the higher level problems. Okay, my loves. I hope that is landing for you and is helpful and useful. When you desire your soul mission business to be successful while you are happy AF with a daily glow up and a blow up in your business, and on the top of it, so many flies because the insights, okay. And on the top of it, you have decided and devoted that you will learn what you need to learn, that you will become the version of you that gets sold out in your zone of genius before the year ends. What does it mean sold out? You have all your schedule filled up with sessions. Are you joking me? I'm talking working 10, 15 hours a week, not a day. While you're making 10, 20, 30, how much ever you want. What is your dream desire income? 10K months. Let's start with 10K months or maybe 20K months on repeat. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it inside of Soft Power Mastermind. What is soft power, you might say? Soft power is when you turn off the masculine override in your frequency. When you stop pushing, pulling, forcing, which will always create worry, doubt, and insecurity in your system. When you turn off, as a woman, excess of masculine, at least for majority of the day, and you're turning into that soft power, which is the divine I am Christ consciousness particle, all of a sudden, not only you are easing into your nervous system that is regulated and up-leveled with the version of you that maybe never done $20,000, $50,000 months, but now you're like, holy cow, this is so possible. This is so reachable. This is right in the front of me. When you get to be there and feel like it from the inside out, probably within the first week of joining Mastermind, you're going to start thinking in an entirely different way. All of a sudden, you're not going to have a problem with owning how genius you are. All of a sudden, you're not going to show up dimming your light in the front of your audience. All of a sudden, you're not going to have a problem. How do I post it? What do I post it? when do I post it, and I will teach you exactly how to stop. This is the number one problem nearly every spiritual business owner I see here on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok is doing. They talk not to their ideal soulmate client. You keep speaking to a human who is not interested with what you have. You keep talking to a human who is like, well, I never asked for anything, scroll, scroll, scroll. And you've been taught to do it by all of these strategy programs that they never, ever, ever taught you how to operate from your soul fire, from your soul softness, from your soul wisdom. Okay, we're going to activate fire for you. And on the top of it, I'm going to teach you how to speak only to your ideal soulmate client. I'm going to teach you how to figure out for every single offer you are making, who is your ideal soulmate client that is right now losing her sleep, trying to find you and your solution, because she already decided she's not going to live even one more day of her life as the old version of you. And she's interested in your thing right away. Not tomorrow, not later, not I'm gonna think about it. So I'm gonna teach you how to speak to your ideal soulmate client that is ready to buy. Please take my money, take my card. How can I pay you? How can I hire you? Are you gonna work with my husband too? Because we wanna work with you together, right? This is how I'm gonna teach you to speak only to your ideal soulmate client. Always know who is she, them, they, he, and only speak to them in a way that positions you as the number one to buy from, as the genius in your craft, letting them know right away in every single piece of your content that you are the solution to the problem they're dying to find solution to. And you are an embodiment of it. You're a genius in solving that problem. Okay? You don't have to convince anyone. No more convincing, no more people pleasing, no more pleading, no more lowering your prices. None of that pish, no more, no more. Sold out, raise your prices, learn from me how to expand your nervous system to serve more people in shorter amount of your time, raise your prices again, on repeat. This is my zone of genius. Every single woman this year got sold out with me within a month of receiving one of my series of trainings called Sold Out Genius. Just 1 month later, every single one of them got sold out. I was so shocked and simultaneously, of course, I just got sold out myself. I just grew times 22 then in comparison with previous year. Not double, 22. Can you fathom? Can you fathom 22 times growth in comparison with previous year? Can you, not double, right? Not going from 5K to 10K. I'm talking times 22. Fly. That's what I'm talking. So if I grew like that, and then I have a women in my one-on-one who actively receive my frequency, who we are quantum entangled on a weekly basis, of course that they blew up in just a month. It took me 3 months, but for them it took only 1 month, because your soul mission meant to make it easier for your clients to do what you've done for yourself. And it's not like that for every single business, but it is in this specific case an example that I'm outlining right now. So inside of the Soft Power Mastermind, for 3 months together, we will meet every single Friday. Every first and third Friday of the month, we are meeting on Zoom. So you have my eyes, my soul, face to face, heart to heart, soul to soul, on your business and on your energetics, and we're gonna flip things in now life moment. So let's say we're changing your old energy, you didn't knew it is there and it's blocking you, in 15 minutes into liberation and freedom and wisdom that you can go right away to your audience and make profit from, instead of walking with it for the next 8 months and keep on scratching your head. Why is it not flowing? Because of that energy block that I know how to see and pick it up the way no one else is. And yes, my work is unmatched. I'm not going to shy away. My work is unmatched. If all of my clients get sold out 1 month after me, I never heard anyone else doing that. It is unmatched. It is unmatched. And I'm so passionate and I'm so on fire. And I'm never again going to hold back my light. Never again I'm going to shut up about it. Why? Because you no longer have to be in your soul mission business and worry about the bills. But you need to learn how to value yourself and how to jump and leap, quantum leap first, and then allow the universe to follow. Because it's not going to happen the other way around. It's not going to happen. Okay, first I'm going to sell my 3-on-1s and then I'm going to join mastermind. That doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. First, you're quantum leaping and you trust in yourself and you go through the stretch and you create it from your internal resources, not being valued by the low frequency of fear and scarcity wrap around the 100K that is lying on your bank account that you're scared to touch. Inside of the Soft Power Mastermind, I'm going to teach you how to create a life beyond your wildest dreams while your business is blowing up. Zero sacrifices of your hot steamy romance. You don't have to wait with dating because your business is blowing up. You don't have to get your children, wait for your love and attention and presence because you're scared and terrified if you're going to pay your bills. This is just a frequency flip. You don't have to wait 6 months to go to the beach. You can book that within the next few days because I will teach you freedom and spaciousness in your schedule, in your energy, and in your business. All of that happens in this mastermind. I have added on the top of it so many different containers that will make you scream from joy the second you're gonna open them. You're getting the temple, which will teach you how to release hidden shame, the stuff you didn't know it is there, but it's a physical block repelling money and people from coming that you didn't know you have there. Every single person inside of the temple said exactly the same thing. You're going to get on the top of it, sold out genius. That's it. Exactly all of the trainings that every single one of my private clients received and got sold out 1 month later. Whether it was one container, whether it was 50 people in the retreat, whether it was sold out for the whole summer, another client raised her prices, hired an assistant to create more spaciousness. She's right now spending whole week in Disney World with her hubby and a steaming romance and with her beautiful daughter. A whole week. Not 2 hours because then she has to be glued to the phone. A whole week. While her assistant is dealing with the stuff and everything else can wait. Why? Because she now knows her worth and value. Okay? You don't have to wait with that stuff. What has to change is the way you are approaching it. And there is no better way to learn it than from a woman who created herself repeatedly and her clients did it too, which is exactly me. Soft Power Mastermind starts on Friday. I'm beyond excited. All of the systems are already set up, ready for you to jump in unapologetically and decide you are worthy, you are whole, you are complete. It's happening for you here and now. No more waiting, no more posing, no more leaning into the fear and scarcity and allowing it to decide what you're getting in your life. Send me private message to book your spot. Only 4 spots left. And okay, I forgot to tell you. So every first and third Friday, we're meeting on Zoom, but any other Friday, you still have my genius, supernatural mind and eyes and my heart on your business and on your energetics in Telegram group. And it is set up for an ultimate freedom. You don't have to put your makeup on. You don't have to put a fancy dress on. You just got to show up on the voice note Telegram and let's talk about it. Let's shift the frequency. Let's give you the solutions that make instantaneous results. There is a reason why I created everything I crave and desired in just 6 months. Not 6 years, not 3 years, not 10 years. 6 months. That was over 4.5 years ago and I've never stopped. I never stopped being in a mastermind. I never stopped being coached. I never stopped learning. I never stopped up leveling. It all goes up all the time. If this is your frequency, if this is your vibe, let's ride. Let's take you and your business into a whole another galaxy.